we're going to build a fully functional e-commerce application using Expo for the mobile app and also for the admin dashboard using the Nextjs. And for the entire things, we're going to use the vibe coding setup, and I'm going to use that Google Entry IDE, as well as with that, I'm going to use that Gemini 3.1 Pro High. As you can see right now, this is the design for the mobile application, which I got as free from the Figma community. If you just go at the home, click on the community, here you can see you can find the design resources. You can just click any of the mobile app templates and you will get so many templates right here, the food or any of the coffee shop and others. You can see these all are available for free, so choose any one which is better for you. Now our application gonna have three parts. One part gonna contain our mobile like admin dashboard, which gonna handle using that React framework, the best one for the Nextjs, and we're gonna use all the latest variables for it. And then the Expo mobile application, and also for authentication, data storage and others, everything we're gonna use that Firebase. So that would be a very synchronized, because we're gonna use that OAuth setup and others within the mobile devices, and it will be a very fantastic build. Now, how we start? First of all, there's a very good quick reminder is that every details, every single things we are going to adapt here, all the context, comment, and all the links, it will be available in the description. You can just grab it. There will be a link for that GitHub repository. You can find that and you just can access every single things which we are using, especially in that production build. And there is one more setup you can also carry on if you directly go in the reactvid.com, and here you need to go with that / which gonna be coming with the free projects, and here it will be coming at the top. The first one, it will be available where you can get all the code for this particular build, and it will be available. As you can see right here, we have the app build, the previous one we have the entry e-commerce. There's entire things going to be there. And you know, if you want to get that like the source code of some of the good projects which you can start your business right now, you can directly go with there with that bybit.coffee, and here with that our store from the extracts you can get from that all the code available for you. And again, all the links, it will be in the description for you. Now here, how we started. Now to make the vibe coding, it's not like you just grab it. As you can see right now, we have entire design here, and if I click over there, I can copy the link and page. Right now the problem is you need to have an MCP server running so your IDE can communicate with the Figma. And for myself, as you can see right here, my MCP server is settings is enabled here, which is running in local server. I'm not downloading it. I can run it at locally. And here, doesn't matter you are using Entry or not. If you're using the cursor or Visual Studio Code, you can connect your MCP server. For that Entry in that right here at the three dot, you can see the customization and MCP servers. Click on the MCP servers. Here, search for Figma. And over here, you can see the Figma dev mode MCP. When you click on that, you can see this one you need to enable. So once you enabled, your IDE will be able to talk to there. So you just need to grab that copy, right? You need to, like, if you want to get a screen here, you just need to get that screen copy link to selection. Or as you can see right now, I copy the entire page and provide that to our context there. So there also you see the typography and colors, everything is explained right here. Now how a very good AI can talk to you regarding that. As you can see, we have a context.md, which is mentioned there, the project context, big card, full stack grocery platform. Now we provide a project overview for our AI, which is that this project is a comprehensive production ready grocery e-commerce platform. It consists of a mobile consumer app, which of course you're going to use Expo, a web-based admin dashboard, and a robust backend API. Of course, we need an API, right? So the three structure, one API, one mobile application, one admin dashboard. Entire thing's gonna be built using AI. I'm not gonna dig a single code right here. Everything I will just write in the command prompt, and I want to entertain it how I can grab it. And as a software engineer, how we can really excel on that. That's what I want you to learn from this video. So the architecture leverages your established expertise in Node.js, Next.js, and React Native to build a scalable system suitable for commercial deployment or high quality educational content. And The second step, first I give him the project overview to understand. Then we have the tech stack and infrastructure, mobile app, which is going to be Expo, React Native TypeScript, admin dashboard, Nextjs, app router, TypeScript, Tailwind CSS, backend APIs, Node.js, Express, TypeScript, database, Firebase, Firestore, NoSQL here, authentication, Firebase authentication, email, password, Google Auth, Facebook OAuth. So this is the three setup which we can Google OAuth. And also if you want anything more, like we want to get the Google Auth or also the I think we will also go with that GitHub OAuth, but I think I'm going to skip it. Just go with that too. Storage, the Firebase cloud storage for product images and user avatars, design system, which is going to be coming with the Figma, which I provided to that. Now, design and UI UX guidelines, source of truth. All UI implementation must be strictly adhered to the provided Figma file, where I connected my Figma asset overflow. I provide how he will get that, how he will acquire that. This is just a simple conversational things right here. Design tokens right here, colors, typography, spacing, everything gonna be coming from there. Visual references, you see right here, if the AI needs visual context for a complex layout that cannot be described in text, the developer will provide a screenshot or the specific Figma frame. That's good because it may not be able to read everything which is coming in the design. So there, because here I give some trick. As you can see, I didn't clean up the splash screen. Like I didn't told him which one I want. There is numerous, there is more than 10 splash screens. So let him see. I want to see how he gonna entertain, how he gonna make the design. So that's just a very good type of moment of truth for Figma, for the entry gravity as well, to see how actually it can entertain. Then we have the core system features, backend API, where I provide the architecture overview, user management setup, product catalog, order processing. Of course, it will not be enough to do that. There will be multiple segments. There will be a lot of other things which we'll do it later. And of course, there is the payment setup, which we didn't clear it out here, but we're going to clear out once we are building the application. For the mobile application, for Expo, you see the auth flow described, shopping experience, cart and checkout, user profile, admin dashboard over here, access control dashboard, product management, order management, user management, as well as the coding standards and AI directives. This is very straightforward setup. And of course, you need to say that to the AI. AI like a child. You need to guide him to do each and every single things. The more you describe, the best he provide the result. That's you need to understand. When generating code for this project, you must adhere strictly to the following rules, which is the TypeScript first, modularity, error handling, security, state management, and of course you can see I maintain to have the just-in or Redux toolkit. I gave him the option which he gonna choose, and no placeholder. When generating UI components, use the exact hex codes. You see, there's no placeholder setup we're keeping right there. And project initialization strategy here for the phone 1, infrastructure, phase 2, backend API, admin panel, mobile app. This is just a simple context file to adhere that. Then we give him a comment. And also we provide the comment.md. Instead of writing here, just provide that. Act as a senior full-stack TypeScript developer specializing in the absolute latest versions of Expo, Nextjs, Nodejs, and Firebase. So this is the attachment which I provide to him, and this is the entire segment. So right now what I'm gonna do, so let's say follow the, I'm gonna link my command, as you can see right here, command.md, and build the entire structure as mentioned in. I can also hook up the context if I want. So build the entire structure as mentioned in context.md for mobile, let's say mobile app, admin dashboard. Then I'm gonna use that API, etc. Okay. And again, do make sure, sorry, that's a mistake. Do make sure to use the latest packages and others. Okay, that's it. That's a simple command. So I just provide the 2 guidelines. As you can see right here, I have nothing, just a bcurt directory here where I have 2 files right now. So let's just hit enter. So this is the moment of truth. I want to see how the anti-gravity gonna look forward. So this is the thing right now. As you can see, it's going to processing the thought. So again, I'm saying I will not do any manual work right here. Every single code, every single directions, as I was just maintaining that one AI, so that possibly gonna give me a boost to keep structure in a single structure. So right now it's gonna be going to analyze each and everything, then it's gonna provide with come with the proceedings and others. So I'm gonna give him a time to reoccur everything and give me the structure flow. One of the good things for using that anti-gravity is that every single implementation here, it will provide you that implementation plan and tasks. So right now it went through my two of the file which I provided to them, and then it commanding to set up. One is the tasks, which gonna be what kind of tasks it will provide, and then the others. Now, before proceeding, as you can see, it has an implementation plan. It's going to get the product foundation. I will make it bigger so that you can understand. You can see it very clear. I'm going to shrink a bit right here. So now, as you can see, the document outlines the foundation of the big card project per the requirements of command MD and context MD, utilizing the latest stable versions for Expo, Nextjs, and Node.js. Now, user review required, so important. Here, you need to read it properly. Implementation plan, because you can now comment it here to make every structure in a very good way. You see, please review the structure, the TypeScript interfaces, and the asset list to confirm they meet your expectations. Once approved, I will build out the actual boilerplate and directory structure on Nix. Now, the common problem is that most of the time, if we are a new developer, if not like a highly skillful developer, what we want, we don't want to read those things. Just do whatever you want, keep proceeding. And there is making the mess around. You need to go through, keep proceeding on that. Now here, as you can see, it's going to the monorepo folder structure. We will use a turbo repo plus npm is workspaces. So it will go directly on the turbo repo here. Okay, that's what actually, this looks fine. Then to share types and configurations across the web, mobile, and backend apps. Now I can go with that PNPM if I want, but I will just let him do whatever the way he want. Now here, as you can see, the big card, which is coming with that apps, mobile, admin, and API. The packages is there right here. The core Firebase TypeScript interface is going to be coming with the types.ts here. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Now initial Figma image icon asset export list is getting everything from there. Icon dashboard, icon users, and others. So this all the things it gonna prefetch. And now for the tasks, what actually it gonna do? As you can see, initializing monorepo workspace, which gonna initialize that it will generate the base scaffolding, and it will set up the shared types. Then it will interface to infrastructure and backend, admin dashboard, mobile application. So far so good. I think it's okay. I just go with that posit. And here I didn't keep any review setup or others. Let him do how the way he can feel it better. So now what it's gonna do, as you can see, it will start populating the data and others, because now it's going to handle each and everything to make sure that all things gonna be coming right here. And while he's doing those things, let us go directly in our Firebase. We're going to create a new Firebase project for our application layer. So now I'm going to keep that as a, let's say, big card. I think that's the name which we provide. Yeah, big card. So that will be our project name, and continue here. And okay, keep enable Gemini, and okay. And of course, we're going to use the default Firebase account and create the project. So now it will initialize our project, and then we can come back to it. Now over here, as you can see, the structure is already started. And as you can see on the apps API in the package here, now it will start building its own way. Okay, we will not disturb him so much. We're going to see how it's going to starting the procedures and others. Of course, there will be so many manual interpolation as we're building the mobile application, but we're going to come back to it later. Okay, it's almost finishing up. Continue to it. And over here, we will use a lot of other things. I'll close that Gemini. Then from there, as you can see, we'll go directly in the general, and here I'm going to click on the web. So there we should have to have for the web, have to have for the mobile, and a lot of others. We're going to go with that. So let's say I'm going to use the similar name, big card, register the application. So now we will register our application to confirm each and everything to go by with each and every single materials which we can use by so far. And for that, yeah, it's started. Okay, admin is initialized. If you go in the package, you can see the Next, all are latest. Next, React, React DOM, everything coming as latest version, and the API is still not yet. It's first going to create the mobile application for the admin dashboard. Now this is the configuration which you need to go continue to console, as we will configure those things later. We can get it from anytime from here, and we make sure for the credentials, never try to use the credential which I'm using right now, because it will be mess around for me as well for you. So right now on the home, as you can see, I'm going to make it bigger, and from the data which is storage, I'm going to use security. I'm going to use the authentication layer right here. And for the authentication setup, click on get started. We should have like 3 setup for the authentication layer. One is the email and password enable, email link sign in enable, and save it. So now, or you can also disable that, only the email and password, that would be good. And then we will add a new provider here. You can use the Google provider enable right here, and then this one and save. So now we can access that Firebase, like the Google authentication setup. And there is another which would be for the Facebook. And if you click on the Facebook right here, as you can see, it needs that app ID, app secret, which we're going to create later. Let us finish the application layer first, then we'll come back to it. Then of course we need to go with that Firestore, where we can store each and every single data and others. So this store setup which we need to enable. Where it's doing that, let us go back again. Okay, awaiting common compilation. Okay, this is really okay. Mobile is doing, admin is, I think, almost done. As you can see, we also have the agents mode right here. That's really cool. Every new and up-to-date things is just appearing right here. Okay, so I'll create the database, and for this one I'll go with the standard module. I'm gonna go all are default. Okay, and for that I'll go in the test mode, not in production, just for test purposes. And if you want your production, because it's very easy to write the schema and others if you're in test mode, but once you are in the production, you need to go in a very, very specific way. Now here, for the other purposes, for that storage also, you need to grab the storage here. So I will just go update the project. Okay, there is the completion things. Okay, so now I'm just thinking either I'm going to use that, or I'll go with one of my other account which happen to have the access on that. Now I need to think which account I'm going to use to store the projects and others, because the images required to upgrade my project. Okay, let us do that. I think we can make sure to have it. Or I'm going to create a cloud billing account right now. This is pretty simple. It will not make you to pay once you are not not getting hyper of that. You just need to add a card to go through, and there is a 300 balance. You see the 300 free credits for you if you are using that. So I'm gonna use that start free. Okay, so this all are going to be coming as a free. So I'm going to go with that individual setup. Okay, street, I'm going to use my address and just keep it. It will not be that much a problem. So the text information and others, I'm going to click on start free. Okay, I need to add my credit card, so I'm going to post the video here to enter all the credit details, then I'll come back to it. Provide my card, and for the budget limit I'll give $1. If it's more than one, it will start crying for it. Okay, link cloud billing account, which gonna be linked automatically together, then I'm gonna pass it. So this is because we are going to use that Firebase storage. So as you can see now, I'm updated to the beige plant here, so I'll just keep on continue. Also this one gonna be coming as a test mode right here. That would be perfectly fine. And over here, oh, he did. Okay, everything is done right here. Okay, you can see the index here. Okay, cool. Right now there is still lacking, but we're gonna come back to it. First I'm gonna create, you see, our storage is ready, our Firestore, our authentication, everything is ready. Okay, cool. Now let us open our terminal here. We will accept all the changes. So what we need to do, I'm going to close our entire application segment. As you use that npm, I'm going to run that npm I to check if anything left behind, and npm run diff to enable everything. Okay, there is a package manager filled in package. So as you can see right now, nothing is happening. Again, I'm going to not do any single thing. You see, we provide the entire segment, got this error. Okay, errors. So we provide the entire segment what you want, but still it's lacking. It's lacking for that. You see the admin, I think it will lack for the app. You see there is no layout, no project and others. As also you can see here in API, nothing is created. It's just providing on stack over here. I don't know why it's still stacking on that. It should go up to the plan and create each and everything, but which it didn't. So we're gonna go and manipulate those things. Right now, we just added my package right here. It did nothing else. Again, whoever is saying that AI will build everything is for you. Even we provide everything, it's still gonna have some lacking. So npm run dev, you see right now what it's saying, you see 0 successful. So right now it cannot be able to run anything. So what I'm gonna do, you see, make proper arrangement to run our admin API and let's say mobile together with npm run dev command. Okay, so it will go through and run with that. Now right now in our app setup and also the mobile setup, I think in the mobile app we have the tabs and others, but I think there is nothing at all, nothing, no functionality and others, but it should get all the things to be done in proper way. But let me see if we mismatch anything. The implementation plan, thought process, everything was really cool and everything gonna be diverted, but it lacking the possibility to do so. Now over here you see, so I'm gonna go and make sure that it's gonna start building my pages. So now let's say according the design here, start building the mobile application. So now it's gonna start building the mobile application according to design which we provided. So right here, I think the turbo build, did it finish? Okay, npm run dev, so which we can finish that, npm run dev. So right now, okay, we have localhost 3000. Okay, we have the Expo build right here, which can be running. And for the Expo build, I want to run in the iOS, but still, it should no. Okay, let me see whichever we are running. So if we look forward, localhost 3000 right here. Okay, our application is running right now. And also for the mobile app 3001 for our admin, of course, you see this 3001 which gonna running for that. And for the Expo build, okay, go Expo go, pressing okay right now, because it's not manipulating the thread, it's not splitting. Okay, it's not splitting the terminal here. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna run my mobile Expo in like the normal way. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go cd apps and then I'm gonna go with that mobile. So let's say mobile and npm run or npx, I think Expo run maybe. Let's say I'm going to go with the Expo documentation here, which is going to be give us a very, very clear idea. So after we provide that create Expo latest, so create a project right here. Okay, fine. Set up your environment, which we already have the enable everything. Start developing is that npx Expo start. So I'm going to go with that and npx Expo start. Okay, so now it's going to start my application layer. So right now also I want to manipulate two more things right here. One is that okay, right now if we put here, you see now it's opening the iOS because here it was not stating the setup, that's why it cannot open that. Okay, that's the other one which I'm proceeding right now. So here it's gonna go through to make the entire setup to be run, and of course from here I will build like the turbo run dev, which I'm gonna make sure only to run that API and admin, like admin and API together. Mobile you're gonna always run it in a separate way, which gonna be very, very good for us. And here of course you need to go through the entire setup, by which way you need to start setup your like for the environment, either you're using the Android or using the iOS. You need to go and enable that Expo application, and there is everything right here to be setting up your project. And for the other parameter, which is you need to make sure to go with that React Native, to enable to get that especially for to install that Expo for the Android devices. For that you just go in the get started, and from that purposes you need to also select your device mechanism and others. You can see right here here you need to go click on the setup your environment here, which is going to be responsible to setting up your environment. As you can see, for the Android you need to install that, for the Zulu and others the Watchman, and as well as the Android Studio. And for the iOS you need to go with it directly to install that for its dependency. Here you see that's the Watchman node, again the similar things here. Then you need to go with that to particularly of the Xcode, which you're going to be responsible for to run and initialize. I will go open my simulator right here, which will be able to grab get the running things right here. So right now, if you go, you see it's opening the application here in my simulator, which is connected right here. So I'll give it time to connecting on that, and as well as to building, because the application is already building, so it may have some problem. You see right now this can read my Figma file. You see the images and others, this everything it can read, you see. So now it has the access. I think previously, because we provide a tree setup and we didn't mention that we want the turbo repo, so it was really backlashed what actually it's gonna build. So I think that was the clash to not to make sure what's actually it's gonna build. And this is also not a good practice to dump everything. It's the best way is to do it that initialize the project, then let the AI to do its magic. But you know, we work like a dump user, and we dump everything to it. So let's see how it actually gonna work. You see we have lots of other parameter which the logo is missing and others. Okay, we're gonna fix that. First I want it to finish these things, so I'll just give it a little bit time to finish this work. Okay, I think it finished the work for the app. Let's see, just I'm gonna go and reshuffle that. And here, okay, there is some error. Okay, why is opening that? Don't save it. Okay, right now what I'm gonna do right now, as you can see right here, we have that source code problem here. So I'm gonna go one more time and I'm gonna close the terminal again. So let's say I'm gonna make sure to it when running npm run dev, I want to start the, let's say, admin, and for that, let's say API, not the mobile, as I will run it manually. Okay, so that would be a very good concept to go by. So let it do it. So I'm going to go with that npm I again here to strictly to get enable everything, and npm not that npm npx expo start. And here let's see this time what it's gonna be, make sure that it's gonna run or not. And of course again I think, okay, this is the problem here, image background. So we can go directly on that file over here, image background. Okay, it's nothing here. So if we click here, okay, nothing here. Okay, if we go assets log, okay, that's nothing here. Okay, this is the one which actually happened to have the problem. And over I'm going to close each and every single file here. And then I'm going to go into mobile. It's saying that app mobile app auth login.tsx. So app, and I think the auth that should be login.tsx. So there is happen to have the problem, and the problem is insisting in that react logo.png. That's the source which is going to be required, and it's not that's the one which is not happen like fallback image. So it's not happen to have that image. So if I just make that as a partial setup, let's see if it can fix that. Okay, cool, it can fix that. You see, welcome or login. Okay, you need to go with the continue with that. Okay, so without login, you see it's created the things, but it's not what's the way it's meant to be. You can see I need to go with that login setup or others. Without that I can't work, which should not be that like that. Okay, so you see right now this is not what actually which the way we are looking forward. It didn't go near to it. Okay, so it just messing around. It didn't create anything to the similar way which we want. But again, what I told it, we should follow the possibility to make sure that all the things gonna be working perfectly fine. And of course we're gonna do that in a very good judgment. So first of all, we need to go with a proper setup. As you can see right here, you can see that's the one. So we can just say we will copy that, so we can adhere the setup right here. So we're gonna say that follow the design to make sure home page will get that. And I think the login and others can then connect it with the route. Okay, that's it. So now it's gonna be starting on that. Again, let's see what it's gonna bring for us. Right now, you see, we are nowhere where we are actually adapting, but again, it's a vibe coding, so we will go through the vibe coding process. You see, it's getting the image icon from there. I don't know where it keep that icon. It's saying assets, images. Here is the icon. Okay, that's the icon, Fabi icon. Okay, now it's connected the fallback image as that one. So yeah, that's good. That's really good. So now it's connecting again with my Figma. So let's see how it's gonna go and do that. Okay, right now we can see a lot of deprecation messages right here, which we can go later on. But okay, if we click the login and others, okay, sign up and others, why still we are in this page? I don't know. Okay, let me go with that. Okay, I think okay, create an account. This is really annoying because it directly go in the home page here. Okay, but no, I don't want to ask Siri. Okay. After the splash screen, it will land to home page. That's it. So this is gonna be entertaining for that. I don't know why is this is not what I want. So if we click on create an account or click go with the Google, nothing gonna work right now because you know this is not initialized yet. But the problem is here. You see right now, you see nothing is working. So I'm gonna close and open again. So click my Expo Go. Here we get the tools. I think we can go back to yeah, let's go again. No, I don't want to go that. I want to go directly to the home. I am unable to go from there. So let's see after it's running where we can go. And for let's see, we're gonna see over here for the localhost which we need to run, of course, is we close that. So I'm gonna go and open a new terminal here. And I want to see in the page if it did anything. No, it did nothing yet. So npm run dev. So let me see. Okay, it's started. So now my server is running in localhost 3001 and application is 3000. So I'll go directly in my application layer over here. So let's just open. Okay, and this one also okay. So okay, nothing is started yet. So okay, I need to go and grab the command here. So I'm going to pass another command. So start with the admin and create all the pages and setup as per the admin and should have login and register as well, because without login user would be unable to view the dashboard. And use proper setup and keep aligned with the API as it will be responsible to create all the proper routes. Okay, so I'm just passing that. Now it still is generating whatever the things is actually passing right here. You can see the same area which is going to be deprecated right now. So we need to use that from the other format. We, of course, you're going to provide those things to it. But right now my context is that this is supposed not to be in the motion. So I don't know why it still is, you know, it cannot be go by. Okay. Okay, after some click, we got it, even without logged in. Okay, can I remove that one? Okay, tool pro tips version. Okay, that's the system information is providing. Okay, I think we can keep it at the bottom. Okay, good. So now we have home, we have that our categories, we have our profile, we have our favorite, and here we have our card setup. Okay, good. So this is looking looks cool. So we have some of the image setup where we can all the categories which we'll call that for directly for that especially from our admin. You can see right here, all the categories gonna be looking for that. So this will be the first category. Second, so we need to extract all the image, right? And of course, we'll make a comment to it which will enable to go and extract all the image to it. And of course, this is the product image. So let us see how it gonna entertain. As you see, if you build a static web application, it's very simple. You see, static design is the similar, which it did. It's similar configuration. So right now it has the design data, but we need something more. We need to have the proper segment. As you can see right now, it already provided the guideline, what actually we are looking forward. But again, there would be a lot of calculation which need to be configured. As you can see, okay, right now it can see. So also for the banner image, so we need to focus to get our banner image. Of course, we're gonna destructurize all the image. We're gonna add up that. We'll let him to do it for us. As you can see right now, we are seeing the products from the normal, like a static products, which is coming by so far. Okay, now this is the implementation for the admin and others. You see, I'm providing the parallel setup to it, which you're gonna be implementing to it. So right now, I think we need to grab the images by so far. So after finishing the admin setup, we're gonna give him the command to extract all the images from Figma. As you can see right now, all the images which we can export from there. So I will give him the node and I will see if it can read those images. If it's unable to fetch those images. If not, then we're gonna just get those images to upload in our website. So let us see. Now it's going to finalizing the mock OAuth implementation and others. So let's just I'm gonna close everything from here, and then in that admin, let's see, I'm going to create one. Let's say not here, should be in admin. I'm going to create a .env here as well, and in the API, as is just it will create some dummy API setup which I don't want, and also again here .env. So here the credential gonna be popping up. So right now in admin it's started. So let's provide a little bit more time because it will first go with that auth controller. You can see right now is going to create API auth routes and others. Again, all the code, it will be available for you. But if you want to have a real-time experience with me, you can start with me. It's just popping up. Every single thing I'm going to do within the API, I'm going to do with that AI agents. I want to build from the orders creation to everything we're going to build using that AI. Everything. We will not do anything as by ourselves. So of course we need to work on in so many processes. So let's wait a bit while it's finishing its task. Now, apart from all the route setup, is also creating other required scenarios. You can see we have the auth routes, which will be responsible to entire, you see the login and register. If we go with that, see, it's following the structure in a very, very good way. You see, now if the email admin.bigcar.com and password is making some, it's its own formulation here, register for. So of course, if there is no user, it's gonna providing that. But of course, we will not let it to be happen. We're gonna manipulate that to make sure those things may not be done. And the good thing is that entire setup is running using the TypeScript, which is told before. And then we have the product routes here. As you can see, it will create the get products to all the products. You see, it's having the mock products, which we don't want. We will maintain the consistency. Of course, let him create first. It will go directly its own way to create the entire setup. If you're a good developer, you will always go and revalidate those things, that either it is okay or not. I will go with that or not. You see the category routes. So it creating the category routes. It's also creating the get category setup. You see, it's providing the dummy categories. Okay, fine. This is absolutely fine for it. Let him do it however they want. Now, of course, you see over here in ENB is nothing. Okay, so of course for the apps, for the admin and for the other setup, I'm going to keep the mobile later on right now, because the mobile is going to be coming up in a very decent way in later on. But right now, mobile, whatever have here, except the user setup and others, we're going to do other thing later on. You can see right now we have the search functionality, which is nothing yet. Of course, we're going to create those things. And if we click any of the category, nothing happened. If we click any of the product, nothing happened. Add to cart, nothing happened. Nothing will happen by so far. That's what we know. So let's go back to our right here. Okay, picker admin. Okay, good. This is perfectly fine. Now here we're going to maintain all the flow for the admin and let's say API. Make sure to handle the authentication and storage setup using Firebase as mentioned in, let's say I'm gonna pass that context, and remove all the dummy data and others. Okay, just a simple command. So what I face that, okay, also I need to provide that make sure use .env for credentials. Okay, just passing that. Of course, by default it will get it, but if it doesn't, which I forget to adapt it there, it will go away. So right now, as you can see, every time it's building something, I know what's actually the mistake, which is interpolating right here. So we don't want to have that mistake. You see right here, we have that all registered here, but there is no OAuth setup, which we need to tell him, please do that by so far. Now over here, if we just check the health, health, you see, okay, so our the server is okay, this is perfectly fine, this is running in a proper way. Of course, if you want to go with the products, let's say products, I think the segment, it will be coming as the server, okay, should be, I think index.js, index.ts, not server. So right now, if we go to grab the API product, so there it will be that route, not directly in that product. That's why we are unable to grab it. So if we handle that, you can, okay, there is a 2// is going by. If we handle, you see, we get the dummy products, which by so far it should not be there. Of course, let it keep it the way it's supposed to be right now. We will do it later. So our API is okay, is providing the result. Our admin is okay, is working by so far. Our mobile application is created. Now, if you are a good developer, you should do these entire things beforehand. Initialize the project, make all the petitions by so far, then start populating the data. We're gonna build another project which we're gonna do the right way. This is the messy way we are doing. It's because we want to learn by our mistakes. So this is the one which we are doing the mistake right now. Later on, we'll be able to make our forecasting. Okay, so right now, as you can see, okay, allow once. I'm gonna give him all the permission to it. And of course, it was my mistake because in the context, it's better to add that, you know, just get it whatever to let yourself to be done. And you see this this warning here, it will be removed by just passing a simple command to it will fix all by itself. So I'm going to now see it's handling everything. So let us go directly on our impeachment for our mobile app. You see right now is still nothing, and still we can see those dummy data yet, which, so we need to provide a little bit more time to executing all of those. Okay, right now it's said it's implemented a lot of things. Okay, let us go to check the moments of truth. Error fetching products means there is no products at all. If we go right here, you see get auth. So right now we need to initialize those setup. As you can see, it having to create a .example. So I'm going to remove my .env file which I created before. So I'm going to just go and rename that one as the .env, and I'm going to remove the .example here. So right now, what I need to do, I need to grab the credential. So let's go back to our Firebase console here, so which we create for the beaker. And from the settings, I'm going to go and general here. And this is the things which we require to pass that right now. For the API key, I'm going to copy that, paste it here. This is our API. There is not the full code. So I'm going to go that, pass that here. So this is our API key. And here is our, let's say, auth domain here. So that would be our auth domain. So pass that auth domain. And then also we need to grab that our project ID. So this will be our project ID. And this will be our, let's say it will be our storage bucket at all. So let me grab it. So this is the storage bucket. And for the messaging sender ID, this would be the ID for it. So this would be there. And then for the Firebase app ID, which is going to be handle this entire app ID right here. And we make sure once you're doing that, it should not, fall back to grab that. So this is the setup. And then again, there should be another, I'm going to remove from the API here. Then the example, it would be for these purposes. So right now, what we need to have that, you can see the Firebase service account. This is the key which we need to have that. To get that service account, we need to go with the settings, we need to go with the service accounts key right here. And from there, we can now generate and download one of our service account key, which will be responsible to grab each and everything. And we're going to generate a new private key. Click on that. The file is downloaded, and I'm going to just take it to the root right here just to pass the variable. You see right here what actually is asking. You see the type service account, project ID, your project ID is a Firebase service account. So this will be the service account key. So here, this is the private key which we need to provide. So I'm going to copy, I'm going to just select this key here. Okay, this will be the key segment. Okay, right now I think these all are required, so copy that key, and from here I'm gonna just remove that and passing that service account key. If we have if you are running any problem, we'll see. So in the index file, you come here, you just make it a save, so it will rerun that segment. So let's go directly within our admin here. Okay, so check if service, let's say service account key is okay, and let's say and enable OAuth setup for, let's say, admin using Google and Facebook. Okay, so that's the passing that. Now over here, let's say I'm going to go with that. Okay, this there need to be changed. You see right now, this is not looks good because some of the things is not entertaining for the text purposes. So this is the login page. So let us go directly in the login page. I want to see how it's actually started. So app auth, and here is the login page. So here, from where is getting the data? You see text Excel format, the input field here. Okay, why using those dummy input? You see, this is the problem right here. So use Figma UI for admin and use proper, let's say, components from there. So I want to see in the global CSS, you see nothing. So what I'm gonna go with the Twixian property here. So let's go in the Twixian, and I'm gonna go to check any of that customized themes right here. I'm gonna select that, and I'm gonna copy this entire theme setup. I'm gonna paste it. Okay, so okay, and make sure not to use any static colors, as use proper colors from globals.css. Okay, right now you see we told it beforehand. If you check our context.md, everything is explained right here, but it's failed to enable that. Of course, we can reverse psychology. We can make that more manner to be compact with that. But of course, we know how to grab the attention. But we're gonna see how it can really achieve those. You can see right here. So the admin, big card, and others. So I'm gonna go and register here. So let's say I'm gonna go with my name. Okay, and I'm going to go with a simple email, so gmail.com, and I'm going to go with the password, hit register. So after registering, of course, by default, it will make you logged in. I know the setup, it will be automatically going to grant that, but it's supposed to, after register, you need to maintain to go back to the login, which every time most of the AI is failing to recognize that after register, whenever using the Justin, they are failing to grab that. If you go in the products, you see in the add product or in the categories or in the orders or in the customers, everything needs to be aligned together. So I'm going to go with my, let's say, in the settings or in the authentication layer. You can see I have one email here. Then I want to log out. I'm going to use my Google OAuth. So I will choose one of my account, which I will make sure to have the admin setup or admin purposes. So this is the account which I'm going to choose to make it as an admin. You can see right here, we can enable to sign in using the Google. Okay, fine. We are enabled here. Right now, I'm going to go with my storage here. Firestore storage property here, the Firestore. So where we can see the users right here. So right now we have no user is still. So in the storage, the other things, but when we created the users, it's not coming here in the Firestore. So that is the problem. But we have the users here in the authentication. You see right here, this is the user. But in our Firestore, we have no user setup. So this is the configurations which we need to create, right? So we need to make sure to have those things to be done in a proper way. So right now, I'm not going to handle those things. So I'm going to go in the traditional way, that to add the product, to do the other things. Okay, there's the issue here. Okay, network, or others, whatever is managing. So let it finish, because we can now provide the roles and others. We're going to do that to make sure sure to have it, but later on. First, I'm going to make sure to enable grab everything to make it in proper setup. Okay, let us finish its tasks by so far. It finished to generate, of course. Did nothing at all. So right now I'm going to go on that. So let's say for the product, let's say I'm going to pass that products categories. Let's say when clicked to add should open the sidebar, and let's say it will open the sidebar, and of course and then will be able to create the product. Okay, and a product with a proper formation like having name, slag, then also the brand, I think the slag, then quantity, let's say quantity, image, and other setup, and create another page to add brand and category and brand. Then let's say get from the drop down to add in the product. Okay, so this is the initialization right here, and of course the warning private key. Okay, this already enabled. I think this working perfectly fine. And now also I think because I want to upload first, and let's say I'm gonna see if it can access. I think let's say copy the link page, and let's say I will tell him, and let's say go through design and extract all the images and save it in, let's say I'm gonna give a file here, so I'm gonna keep a name of a file, so this would be here. Let's say I'm gonna keep it as, I'm gonna make it a public. Okay, so this will be, where is that, in public in rows. Okay, so let's just see. So I provided some of the simultaneous tasks for it. First one is that it need to extract all the image, which is the last one. Now then again, which need to be like whenever I'm clicking on the add product, it need to open the sidebar to add the product or the categories and orders and customers, which we can see later on. So right now, as you can see, we're not getting any of the products and others. Okay, I think our node, is it enable? Okay, there is some of the broken things. I'm gonna just disclose it. So right now you can see this is not fully tuned up or not fully done. So as you can see, once we are registering any users, now we cannot separate which user have which role, if the user is an admin or a normal customers or others. So we have no idea. We need to feed that. Again, I'm saying you may have a very good idea how AI works, but again, trust me, this is a very big game. You need to understand. You need to go through each, and you see, this context is not enough. He did nothing from the context. And of course, this is Gemini Pro, Google Most 3.1 Pro High, the latest AI from the Google, and it failed to get that. And the same thing also going to happen for the Cloud and others. So this is just going to be like that. You need to make sure that what you are going to do and it will understand. So okay, now what is actually saying, I have updated the implementation plan to track the development of sidebar form sheets for data creation, the new, okay. So what I want, okay, it's going to, okay, whatever it's going to, I don't want to entertain anything right now. I really have to stop on it. So let's see now what it's going to implement. Our main target is that it should be able to go to create those sidebar for us, and as well as to do the other setup to extract all the images. So now say backend APIs, okay, fresh brand. So it's getting the brand and others. Okay, let's see what it's gonna do. So I think we have some implementation here. So as you can see, we have some error as well. So here the error is saying where we are actually happen to as child. And of course, we don't want to fix that. You know, he will fix that for us. So right now I'm going to run that npm run dev to initialize my, okay, this is the setup, which is saying for us, the error we are getting for the localhost Firebase admin error. Okay, unexpected non-white. Okay, this is the problem here. So right now I think that .env, which is coming for that, let's say admin. So not the admin, but for the API. So this is the env here. This having to have some problem. Okay, let's say I'm gonna check that and fix the, let's say I'm gonna go and tell him to fix that Firebase service account setup. Check the Firebase service account key and initialize it properly. Initialize it properly. Okay, just pass it. So now as error occurred to there, but the error should not be coming right here for our this purposes. So right now if we go in the products, if you can see right here, okay, we are able to see that in the categories, add category, okay, good. In the brand, add brand, okay, good. But there is some manipulations right there which we need to toggle through. You see the select band, select category, price and others. So I think it's quite looks fun and looks great to see. Now we're gonna see what actually we need. We have the title, we have the pricing, we have that. So this is the things new, either new or not. So and also we have some of the discount setup or others, so which we need to enable to make things to be done in a decent way. We will do that. So let's say for the admin sidebar, make proper padding and better to use Shatchian sidebar instead of shade. And there is one thing when saving the products, let's say products and others, it should let's say save to, let's say where we're gonna see that it should save to the Firebase, let's say Firebase, and the image in the Firebase storage. So Firebase storage with proper API implementation. Now of course this API setup we can ignore it because our API, if we see right here, we're using the Nextjs, so we can implement entire setup right here. So without initializing it, we can enable that one right here. So this is up to us. Either we can do it, either we can make it. Again, as we say, as I told you before, I'm working right now as I don't know anything, right? So we're gonna popping up each and every details the way it can be coming from the very rare to the extent situation. So right now, as I'm saying, I'm just a dumb user who don't know how to code. I got an AI access, so I want to make some vibe coding. That's what I'm doing right now. So if you're with me, you know how we are doing it. But later on, in the next video, we will do it like a professional software engineer or professional coder, how to build it. So this is the one which there's a similar e-commerce application going to be there, but in a different way. Right now we're doing as a different way. Later on we're gonna do in a different way. So let's say, and I'm gonna pass that. So after that it's gonna popping those things. So I'm gonna wait till then. So of course there is a long wait time here because you see right now. So while we're waiting, I think we can extract the image here. So instead of sending him everything to it, I think we can get the image. So this is the face pitch. So we can just simply grab the image, the origin. So you're gonna get the original, and I will go the let's say document. So we have that right here. I think we make that AI build here. Yeah, big card. So that would be where we are saving the image. Okay, so if we go directly in our public right here, so this is the public. So here I can pass that, let's say images, and here we're gonna take another one. Let's say it should be the products. So there we're gonna pass all that through, and here that should be what's the name of that? Fresh pitch. So I'm gonna keep that as, let's say, fresh pitch. Okay, so now we have one image here. I think it didn't go there, so I need to grab it in that right there. Okay, so one is the fish piece, another should be coming as avocado. So I'm gonna import that image as well. So that should be public images products, and the name should be, let's say, what's the name of that? Avocado. Okay, so avocado we got. So the next one would be the pineapple. So let's say pineapple, and another it would be the grapes, not the brag. I don't know who created that. Should be red grapes, and then it should be another which going to be, let's say, pomegranate, and then another one should be broccoli. Okay, should be fresh broccoli. Okay, so that's the 6 images. Of course, we will make that one post to go by so far. Then one more here for this one. Let's say this is coming as an SVG, not as a standard one. So we can now save it. You see, either we can go and save it as SVG and others. So we will not save it right here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pass that in that particular here. That should be coming as, let's say, categories. Okay, so in the categories we will pass those categories layer. So we have this is the coming for the vegetables here, so that should be vegetables. So this would be the category here. So now if we see right here in that vegetable segment in the products, so it's SVG is getting a very good way. So now later on we're going to also pass that if false, and then also the beverages. Let me just grab that. So this would be beverages, and there is coming for the grocery. Here is the edible well. So edible well, and here is coming for that I think is household something. Okay, household. Okay, so I think more if we require. I don't think so. Okay, that's some more here, household, and there is another one which is coming for the baby care. Okay, baby care. So now this is the category page, this is the image page, and this is for, let's say it will be the lime. So lemons, which gonna be coming in the products. Okay, they should be in the products. Okay, cool. So right now we are happen to have those things. Again, for the splash screen, I think we will grab something. I will get that one, which is looks good. Okay, and for the, let's say I'm gonna for the image for the splash. Now here we're gonna save that. Let's say I'm gonna go with that. Splash one. So that's the one it will go. So I'm going to go and keep this one right now. So let's say, okay, this is the default and others. So many things is going on. That's the payment setup and others. Okay, we will come back to it later. Now let's go back to our, let's say for the admin setup. Okay, there is some error which is coming, use effect and others, which is, okay, so the client side, let's say app dashboards, okay, should be right here, which is okay, why is using the, okay, they should not, you see right here, using use effect, use state, because right now if they use it in the layout, my entire layout, it will be the client side. It should not be happen. Okay, all the layout.tx must be layout.ts and page.tsx in admin should have server side, and if required, client side interactivity then create the client component, and you'll see that's it. So I'm passing that. So let's just wait, as we are happen to have the images, we can now by so far adding that. So let's just wait till it's finishing that. And as you can see in that, our mobile application is still, it's good to go. So as you can see, food, vegetables, and these things is working. Not working. Yeah, this things is working. So it is, you see, we need to connect our like the dashboard. Okay, there is one more thing here. We need to grab the banner, right? So this is the banner. So we need to grab this banner image as well. So we'll get as we import it right now. So I think it's better to import everything. So banners. Now here, this is the one banner. So let's say I'm gonna say it banner one, which gonna be go directly in the banner. And of course we will use such a carousel here, so that which can be no, but in that example ratio he used it only a single banner. That's why, okay, we'll use that both the same picture, we'll use it multiple times, or we can just simply use any other image, but it's a big image. So no, this all are big images. Okay, we're gonna see first. Let's just see what this actually is building, then we're gonna prefetch that. So let's finish stacks by so far, I think the error should be gone here. Okay, let me see that. Yeah, brands. Let me see the products. Okay, add products. You see, still it's not finished yet. So let us give it a time to consume that. Okay, right now we are in a very good position. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close the terminal here. You see there should be some of that like previous caching. As you're using the turbo, there will be a lot of caching, which I want to remove right now. I don't want to have any caching right now. I want to go with the fresh setup so that it can be initialized everything. So let's just close all, and here npm, and of course I'm gonna also close the mobile right now. So as we're not working on that, so that should be clear all. So clear npm run dev. Now, okay, so here, okay, no app. Let's see service account. Okay, this is still happen to have the problem. Okay, let me see if we can pass that. Okay, what is saying? No app. Why? As like it's creating new problem for me. So it's not finishing the existing one, it's creating new problem for me. This is really embarrassing. So here we have the source, we have all the setup right now, and of course here info our API. Did it create it? Yeah, this is the service account key which is using, so it should work. So let me go here, and I want back to, let's say I will go and empty the cache and reload again if scan recache and make things improperly done. So I will make logout. Okay, so we logged out, and here we're going to use the Google account to go by. Okay, I will allow this. I'm going to use my own account. Okay, by so far is fixing those things. Error is coming here. Okay, I'll fix those. Admin. Okay, so now new network error is supposed not to be. I want to see what kind of network error is coming by so far. This is the error. Okay, here the products, the headers is right there. The products API cross origin authorized here. So orders, okay, cross origin. Okay, so it's happened to have the cross origin parameter. So let me go back to our API. Let me go in that our source and the index.ts here. Okay, this need to be configured that, okay, as the things is happen to have the cross origin. Okay, let's pass that. Fix the cross origin in between the, let's say, admin and API. Okay, so now it will add the cross origin parameter. Right now it cannot access because it's a different host, multiple different segment for the host and others. So we need to be reassured that this error should be go away. You see right here, add new product, this error is still there, the sidebar error. So if we just search for it, add new product, I think we can find somewhere here. This is the sheet still, because it's using the sheet. I told him strictly to use the sidebar, but he still is using the sheet. And the problem is here, there is a simple padding mistake, which actually is not getting that. You see, if you give that padding, everything gonna be fine for the choosing emails and others. So maximum time, I don't know why, especially the AI and others is missing that parameter. You see, input and others all are using properly, but those things is really, if I go, you see, there is no way to create the slack which need to be creating by so far. So later on we're gonna manipulate that. Of course we're gonna come back to it. So let him finish whatever the tasks which we have been given by so far. He did the changes. So right now, okay, so here, whenever we happen to have the product, you see loading. Okay, the cross origin problem is gone. Right now, we're gonna add a brand. Okay, so let me just go add a brand again. So I will go in a specific way. So let's say, okay, where we are using that in the sheet content here. So right now in the sheet content, we can parallelly passing that. So let's say I'm gonna add a padding of 5. Okay, so I think that would be okay. Okay, no need to go with direct every time to constant nagging. So we know where to fix that. And of course, we will explain to fix it. And for that, let's say it would be for the brand, I think that would be, let's say, local. Okay, local product. Then let's say I'm gonna also make that local, and image is no need to have the image. So now loading brands, the brand is there. Okay, so you see we created the brands. Now have the category here. Now for the category, we have the category for, you'll get the image category segment here. We have the vegetables category first, so vegetables. Now the slag identifier, now I'm gonna make that for, let's say for brand, and then the category and product. The slag will be auto generated from the name or title, and can be, let's say, can be edited later. And in the product, I want to add something more in the product, which will be really, really good. So in the product, let's say product names like category, brand, price, stock, quantity, description. Then what else is required in the product? I think right now I'm going to keep it as it is. So that should be like that. Okay, so edited letter and use proper, let's say, I think we're going to go with that. Use proper placeholder text in the input, and also admin sidebar, make the design better, and the, let's say, what it can do, the, let's say, current path name should be highlighted. Okay, highlighted. That's it. So now let's go back again. I'm saying it's like you and me coding right now. We don't know how to do it, so we are trying to get the help from the AI right now in the Firebase. So we should be happen to have get the brand, especially as we created that one. So right now, as you can see, we are now in the Firebase, and in the Firebase setup. So in the Firebase Firestore, you see the collection should be open. We have the brand collection here. You see right now we have a brand, local product, and slag is coming as the local, but of course it will be auto generated. And make sure, let's say, and make sure when saving anything in Firebase, like for brand, should be brands. Then let's say, then brand name, let's say name or title, let's say instead of ID, then content, and same for, let's say, product, category, product and category, as well as I think there's a customers here, so as well as customers. And when a user, let's say user is logged in, I say logged in or register or registered, it should saved in Firestore or Firestore with proper setup, as the user can have admin user role basis. And by default, all users will be given as user role. Okay, so this is just a simple combination which we are telling him to entertain. So right now, let's go back to our products. Okay, the path name, navigation. Okay, where we are using that, that's the app sidebar. So let's go here, app sidebar, because we use that. So whenever using the path name, we need to make that one as the use client flag. So use client. Okay, and hope we are fine. So now it's highlighted, but not so good looking. You see background color, if it's there, it should be better looking, but it didn't design that much better. But for us, I think it's cool. It can work. So first of all, we will get with the one of the product here. First, we're gonna go with the category called vegetables. So we'll create the category, should be vegetables. TABLES vegetables. You see right now it's getting the highlighted. So now we'll go with the build. I'm going to go with my AI build here, the big curve, because we need to grab there. So the images, categories over here, the vegetables. Okay, done. So right now, and Now I need to tell him to get the image preview. Failed to save category. Why? I will check that why actually we have been failed for that. You see status score 500, the creating category. Okay, no problem. Again, I don't want to code anything. Okay, so I think so. Got that errors while saving categories, and make sure to show the image preview once added, like for brand, category, and products. An image will be uploaded when creating those together. Okay, so right now we can't because the route which is not created by so far. So let's go back to our products. I want to see what actually is happened to here in the products. So in the products, we can say now I want to go with that avocado. Let's say I will make that as a fresh avocado, and the category you can select. You see the local product is right here. It's coming with the ID, but this should be showing the other things. Price, let's say I'm going to get 20. Stock quantity 40 piece. I'm now going with the piece. The kg and others will not take it right now. So let's say good product. No, I'll go with that, a fresh avocado with premium quality, and I'm going to use that image as image here. So public images, products, and I'll go with that avocado png and hit save. You see, okay, failed to add the product. So right now the both segment which is not which providing that for page. So okay, so let it finish this segment here to get the task done in proper way. Okay, that is done. So right now the same thing. Okay, so it should be a task with the category segment right now. So let us just try with the category. So that should be our vegetables. Okay, where the salad is coming, I don't know. So vegetables, I'm gonna choose the image right now, again from the images for the categories here. So let me grab the vegetables right here. Say okay, getting the preview. Okay, fail to save the category again. Why you are failing, bro? So that is again failing the category. Okay, getting it from, let's say I'm gonna passing that, and same is coming from, let's say, products as well. Okay, so now it should prefetch that to fulfill the segment. So right now in the network, you see in the bulb the images. I think the image is getting, is the images uploaded yet? Because something so it's gonna be, it can't be there. So again, I think no, that's good. So it's not miscommunication is going on, especially for those segment, and API products should be happen to have nothing, okay, this conversion is okay, good. So right now you see the build setup is that the admin portion and the other configuration admin API is taking a lot of time, but also I'm going to coming with that setup. You're going to see it will not take that much time at all. It will be very simple and very easy after we happen to have the product. Now the main convention is that to get the product and use it right here. This is the main problem. Most of the cases, this is the quite problem which we are happen to have. Okay, right now again, so invalid token, the token is having the problem. So okay, category is like category, okay, is active or not, whatever is that. Fixing Firebase upload API 500 error, or investigating to the persistence of 500 encountered by the user when saving categories and products alongside images, checking the storage bucket initialization. So I think our bucket is initialized properly, right? So he's saying that he's having some error. No, we have the bucket properly done. And especially in the Fire store, everything is good to go. So there is nothing to be like that. Okay, now is editing, okay, Firebase.ts, which, yeah. Okay, is getting that, okay. Now he's adding that storage packet. I don't know what he did before. This is really making me crazier while we're doing that. So let me just go adding that, saving that key here, saving. I think it will save right now. So here we should be seeing right now, I want to make a reload and we should be able to see those data right now. So in the Firestore, we should be able to get our categories. And let me see one more things. Yeah, vegetables. That is good. That is really good. He really listened to me. Thank you very much. So right now we're going to create some more category here. So after that, it's happened to have the false. So let's add the, and of course we can add like duplicate and can manipulate a lot of things we can do, but we will not do right now yet. We'll get upload everything later on. We don't need to get everything right now. So let's go back to the product. So we're gonna see what actually we can do. So again, our fresh avocado. So let me see if we can add up that vegetables here. Select the brand. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. So in add new product, let me go that. In add new product sidebar on. When adding brand, should show the brand name, not the ID, and also make the sidebar more width, and also the drop down use proper Shatchian drop down. Instead of, I think to working with the coding with AI is better. You need to have a good typewriter, you know. You need to type it pretty decent way instead of coder. So instead of default one. Okay, that's it. So right now we can add that. In the price we will put it as 20, and also the quantity we have 50 in stock. So I want to, okay, for let's say fresh avocado in premium quality. Okay, quality. Okay, choose the image. We're gonna go with that images. So in the products, we will add that avocado image. Done. Save the product. So now we have the image, we have the category, we have almost everything. Okay, that's one thing we added. So after the avocado, what the image we can take more. So we will take that fresh peach. So let's say fresh peach. And of course category, select the brand, pricing 26, or we can, you know, we can use 18, we can stock quantity, let's do 100. And for the description, I'll go with any of the page here. So page, and here I will grab 1p, and I will take the lorem of 50, you know, to grab a very long text here. So cut that one and pass this one here. And here, let me go check the fresh page and save it. So now it's really taking everything and it's saving the product and others. So right now, as we have the data layer, right? So as it's generating, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go and upload all the categories and all the products which we need to upload. And of course, we need to run the commands to add those things, especially and in mobile. And in mobile, get all the products categories, let's say categories brands from the API and create okay, we have banner, okay, API from the API and use it instead of a static one. And let's say here let's say create another page for it to upload banners data with image, title, description, button, title, button href, and those should show in the mobile app instead of a static, let's say static banners. Okay, right now what I'm gonna do as we are passing that, so right now what it's gonna do, it's gonna initialize everything as we pass the command. So one more things I'm gonna do, let him finish the entire segment, and in the meantime what I'm gonna do to upload the entire content. So this is the things which we're gonna do right now. I uploaded all the products as well as the categories also. So right now, as you can see in the products or categories and others, it doesn't have that like edit button which we can add. But before that further, we also see, as you can see right here, this is the segment where you can see the design pattern and others. But right now, as you can see, this is not matching the setup. So what I'm going to do is right now, as you can see in the category section, I'm going to copy that scenario. So I'm going to also make that in home screen of the mobile app. The category section should be design similar as, and also in, let's say, category tab. So we need to have one category tab right here, which is going to be coming the similar design. So I'm going to go and prefetch the design link here. So copy link to selection. So also in the category tab should fetch the category, fetch the categories from API, and the design would be, let's say, similar as. That's it. So now we provide two particular ratio. One is that what we find out that the design is mismatched. So it need to be considerable on that. And the other things which happen to make those things. Right now you see the add button and others, nothing gonna be working right now as well. So we have the categories, we have the home, and we have that. So as you can see, that scenario, the design which is constantly coming here. So this is, as you can see right now, should be coming as a constant animation. As you can see right now, let me go through the design again for a bit to understand or to visualize. Okay, so these are, okay, I want to check. Okay, anyway, yeah, I will keep it as the same as it is, because what I believe, no, that's the one they make it designed. Okay, anyway, so the white layer should be coming like that, but anyway, we can fix that later. So right now it will go and proceed on that. And as well, so if we go to make any other further changes, like to make an edit button, or make in the categories, make an edit button, this is similar. This is a simple way we can do that. Also the bands, orders, and customers. So right now what I'm gonna do to modify on that, especially to go and make that setup entirely. You can see the page scenario here. So we will set up the same compartment to go and create the same design which is coming by so far. So I'll just give a little bit time to it so it will finish the design segment. Now, one more concept is that once the code, it will be available for you. As you remember that there is that .env configuration here. So apart from that .env, everything gonna be added there. You need to just grab that .env credential, either one for the API, another for the admin. So entire setup you need to combine on that. And of course, we will make that login and others here as well. So all the env credentials, you need to use your own credential. Apart from that, all the code, it will be available for you. Entire code segment, it will be just available for you as well. Okay, so never mind for that, it will be there, so you should be able to use it. And of course there's some more changes. Okay, I think the setup is similar. Okay, the image was similar for that. Okay, cool, not bad. Anyway, yeah, that's really cool. Okay, so let it finish this task, then we can start the other one. So right now, even it did it, as you can see, still it's not fixable thing. So even I make a reload on that, you can see right now, the category section is the same as it's supposed to be. So right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just close everything. I want to just keep a dig down on that because something is not happened to be right. So let me see in the categories. Okay, categories data is taking, right? But the problem is that it's not actually authored to the way it's supposed to be. So I'm going to do one more thing is that let me just go grab that section for the product here because I want to give him a task. Then we can actually start working on that. So let me copy that, or and the product section, products section should be similar as this design. So let me see that, as well as the gap should be Same. Okay, so while it's doing that one, I want to go especially in the tabs here in that index, which is the home tab scenario going on. So right now I want to see where actually the constant flow is not matching there. You see the category is not matched. This is the category and this is the touchable opacity, which is entertaining everything. I'm going to shrink a bit here. Okay, so this is the image here. So if I just go and let's say I want to remove that, or I want to keep it by the way, if I just remove that, you can see this is the category segment. So now here is the problem when we are putting that image, right? So as you can see right now, where is that? Okay, so the cat image source, the weight is getting 100%. If we just go give the weight of 80%, you see right here it's not matching as well also. So it should be happen to have that 100% weight. So if we go in the image container here, if we want to make that, let's say 10 of the weight, yeah. Okay, now I got it. Now I got that one. So I'm gonna give it 32 of the weight and 32 of the height. So just to see, you can see right now the image getting shrink and entire tab also the getting the similar shrink, but I want the background which is going to be coming by to be as the same. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you see the image here, so that's the styling which we can make it better. So instead of this weight and height 100%, I will make that one as the weight, which going to be, let's say 32, and the height, which I'm going to also provide as 32. So if we do that, you can see right now the problem is solved. So this is a simple scenario how you can vibe code, as well as you can add your own segment which can be really reliable and better. So okay, our image setup looks good. Okay, perfect, that is marvelous. So right now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a card layer here. So this is the one, so this is the product card, right? So I'm gonna let him to do something for the product item. So let me just copy that selection here, and that I think I will go with this one, which gonna be happen to have that. So now in product card, add to button. So let's say add to card button. Add to card should, let's say, should handle proper card scenario using Justin, and when added to cart, the design should be similar as this. Okay, so that could be here, there, and as well as also our favorite should handle with Justin, and when added to favorite, the, let's say, the fill color will be red, and let's say design a single product page. So I'm gonna go and take that one, which gonna be this design. So let me just copy the selection, single product page, the single similar as with all the functionality. Okay, functionality. Okay, so now I'm wrapping up with some scenarios, some segment here. The one is constant, that whenever I'm click on add to the card, it should add to the card, and as you can see, it's gonna highlight over here, and then the button status, the way it's supposed to be here, you see that. So that add to button and others should be working as the similar scenario. So now it's just providing the setup. So now we have basically a few more. We are almost there to create a very good standard segment. One thing is that add to cart should work, our single page scenario should work. Then we need to focus on that login and others. And also you see the category page here. Whenever we click any of the category, it should redirect to that page and should work with that particular segment. So of course we're gonna make that happen. So now let him finish the tasks which we have been given to that, and then we will focus on other tasks. In the meantime, I think we can also pass that one. You see the safe area, which you need to use the context view. Right now is using the setup, so we don't want it to do. And also, we can let him to fix that. So also fix this warning. Okay, so he will constantly work on that. Now over here, we can see what else much more require on that. So right now we will pass some comments. So now here, so we're gonna also pass that. So let me just go and wrap that. And when clicked a category should redirect to single category page, and then let's say fetch that category products from the API, and the design should be as classic. So we are passing multiple segment here. So right now I'm gonna make reload here, because remember there there is something which is mismanaging here, right? As you can see right here, we have that colors, typography, and others, which is actually happen to have mismanaging. I think it didn't finish it yet. So let me just deprecated self-care review. Okay, it's start working on it, but I think it's not yet finished. So I'll just pass one. If there is one, it can resolve the others. So that would be a very good way. So what's happening here? Theme colors, okay, product ID. So this is the one which is not yet looks good. So let me accept all. I think now it will be fine. Okay, yeah. Now it's getting good. If we click, yeah. Oh, fantastic. that's really fantastic. Doesn't matter how the way it had been done, but it is fantastic. You see, wow. And you can see right now, okay, the thing is it's working. It's constantly working. So right now, okay, we can also pass that when added to cart, or let's say added to cart, or let's say added to favorite. To favorite should show proper toast message. Okay, proper toast message at the top middle of the screen, at the top. Okay, so that should be coming at the top. So now this is the segment here in the cart. We have nothing, but here if we add it to cart, we don't know either is added to cart, but you see, added to favorite is supposed to work at the single. Okay, there is an error which we will fix that later, but here you can see the added to favorite is going to work, but still I think it's just a miscommunication here. It's not working at all, just to be provided in a good hand. So I will let him finish. You see, still working with that ID content here. And by the way, you see that banner which we added. So now it's the banner, and the single banner is right here. So when we're gonna try to refetch that one as a proper segment to get it as a carousel, we can make it carousel, and also the category is gonna be working perfectly fine. Okay, now it is saying it has been done. Okay, I think the error is still persisting here. Okay, so I know where the error can be. Fix that error from a single product screen, and when added to cart, let's say so the toast message is not showing. Same for the it's the same for the favorite also. I check it, it's still not working. Favorite, and also in product cart that count that let's say add to cart and counting setup. So counting setup is not working. So now I'm writing the code, writing the prompt as a newbie, right? I don't want to go in a complex way. I know how to go and extract the actual segment. I know how to go in line by line, but I don't want to make those things right now. I want to be like a very, very simple professional way. So I don't know nothing. Okay, there is, I think the description is not here, so we can enable the description. So I think it was pretty much so far is not so bad. Okay. And there is you can see right here, there is a gapping. See, which should not be there, especially if we go over here in the index, or we can check. Okay, not that. Go back, product not found. Why? This is from where it grabbed that thing somewhere. Okay, profile favorite. Okay, so right now, if we check here in the index, so I want to check that either where is the things is happening. This is scroll view here. So this is scroll content. You see the padding bottom, which we can stop. Let's say the padding bottom here. Okay. Let me just check, and also we will make that as background color. Background color as, or we can just simply pass that as, let's say, red, just to see. Yeah. That is the background color. Okay, you see that one? This is the one which is making those things happen. So now if we want to make it a flex one, Oh no, it's height 1000. It's just not matching. So this is not the problem here. I think the problem is coming up from the layout itself. So we need to fix over there. So right now we can go directly in our layout here. So it can be the problem over here. So especially if we stop, I think no, yeah, you see, also stop the layout layer. Okay, that is stopping the issue. So I think top minus 20, if we just keep that. No, this is the fab tab over here. Okay, we will fix that. We'll fix that. You can see right here, this is the gap in between. So we need to working on that particular gap, which can be really resolved and make the things better. So still is working the toast to show success and others, which is still compiling on that. So let him finish that. And if we go directly here in our, let's say we will check in our products. So in the products, I think in the meantime, everything looks perfectly fine. What are working. So the good thing is that, let's say in the products, I'm going to make that for admin and categories, banners, and let's say brands should have edit and delete button. And when clicked on edit, let's say should open the sidebar to make the edit. And when clicked on delete, let's say I'll delete let forget my the typing mistake. I'm a coder, so this kind of typing can be annoying for me, but I'm going on. So and I clicked on delete should let's say open an alert model and alert model for confirmation and upon confirm, let's say confirm, delete will perform. Okay, so this is just passing the another one to that. I think when I'm passing multiple intersection, it's making the problem. I think that could be the occasional error right now, but otherwise it's actually working. So if I'm passing multiple command at the same time, you know, it's getting freak out in sometimes maybe, but others way it could be perfect. So now I want to check my MCP server. So I want to check if either is can reading, let's say. I think everything is good. Configuration, yeah, no configuration. I think it's okay. It's okay. There should not be a problem. If there is a problem, it should popping up, right? So I'm gonna close all. Now let's go here. Okay, the error is disappear. It's a fresh avocado. That need to be changed because you see the text is not there. So I'm gonna go in a page here, and here I'm gonna take that. So let me just go and get another ptech. So I'm gonna get the lorem 50 again just to pass that. So copy the text. Now here I can make that. Okay, we can't make the edit, but if you make further, you can always make the edit. You see, because our data is right here, so you can directly make the edit, especially in that our Firebase console, because we can manipulate each and everything as well from this purpose, this functional data as this layer as well. So right now you see in the products, we can check in the fresh avocado, this one having, but I think the other one which is not have. So the I think, yeah, this one is not having, other one is okay. So this is the description. So right now we can add it. You see right now we can just simply remove that and simply pass that, and let's see. Okay, add it. So yeah, it's got things done. So right now, if we go and fetch that, I think I will enable one refresh loader here later on, so that it will make the refresh instead of coming like that. We can just simply pull that and it will make loader. Okay, I think we lost the point. So our okay, I think in the both end we are happen to have some problem. So I'm gonna get the terminal again. So command P. Or I will just open that command J, the terminal. Okay, there is some things going on. Okay, I will let him finish the tasks here. Then we will come back to it. So as per it, it's saying I did the work and also I restart my simulator here. So I think that will be perfectly fine right now. So even for the coming to be in a slot in a bit. So what I would love to do is to create like open it again if there is any mesmerizing effect on that. So this is, you can see the big card here, which is actually we're opening the project for that. So I think, okay, now we can find the problem. So here, the problem is that it's happened to have a sum of the modular problem. Okay, okay, I think this is not our app. Okay, let me remove the app. Okay, so I'm gonna remove it. Okay, sometimes it can happen because when you're working in the wrong like in a long time, so you see okay, cd apps and mobile, and I'm gonna run that npx expo is just c, so any caching will be removed and everything gonna be perfectly fine to work with. So alongside on that, I'm gonna open in iOS. So now the best thing is that whenever you are making those kind of big projects, when you have your server, your client, your admin, then your mobile app, so 3-4 scenario going to run together, you need to make sure that everything going to be perfectly tuned up. So right now, as you can see, okay, we are happen to in a good position here. So the tools here, I think this is the okay. So now all data good. It will take a bit of time to load all the data, but it will come eventually. So right now, if we click in add to cart, you see added to cart. Okay, fine. This is perfect. And if we go in this particular screen here, if we go add one more, you see, okay, is it increasing? Oh no, it's taking me away from there. Okay, let me click that, added to cart. Okay, but I can't increase the, okay, we will come to it. This is just some of the tiny bit of things. So if we click on the categories, is it taking to the categories? Okay, this is the category. Okay, okay. In home screen, let's say in home screen and category screen, when clicked, let's say when pressed on any category, it should redirect to category single page where should show the category products similar to this design. The ESI again design, and I think our previous the configuration which we provide, it just get out of the way. So I'm going to copy it again and then pass it again, so it will come to the flow. Now if you're still with me, again a very big round of applause for all of you people that you are keep on trying with me, and for that reason entire code segment, it will be there. I will provide that for free, and if you don't know where to get it, you can simply just go directly in the reactivity.com, and then you can find it at the top at the bottom here, the free projects here, and you can just simply go and it will be at the first one for itself. It will be coming soon, and you can see there is nearly 40 available products. You can just make pagination and check the entire project's data, and by the way, you can also grab the projects from here, whatever you like. So right now, okay, there is an error. I think the error is can get, okay, that's absolutely normal. It cannot be able to get. I told him to create that. Yeah, that's the problem. Once we are providing the multiple command, this is getting messed up. So the anti-gravity team need to be work on that, because I'm running on Ultra account, but still when I'm putting a multiple command, it's messing around. It can't take it properly. So I need to go one by one. That is the only one solution which I can see by so far. So right now, if we click, it should redirect that. So I'm going to wait for that to finish it. And then also for that, let's say in the profile should show the profile and others if user is not logged in, So I think we can still work on that. So for itself, instead of getting that profile, or I think getting that one in the favorites, we can make the menu here, or we can just remove that. Anyway, we can tune up with a lot of other things. Also, we need to get the search. Okay, so I'm going to give a little bit of time for it to finish whatever the tasks we have been given to it, because either way, it's messing around. So the best thing for me, what I appropriately done, you see, still, it just figure out what to do. Now, the problem is when I'm putting a second command, this is not coming. It's proceeding to the second command. So that was happened to have the problem. Whatever I'm providing it is keeping on the queue and is taking the first one adapting the first one simultaneously. So now I'm gonna wait a bit till it finished the task. Okay, now it's saying it had been finished the task, so I'm gonna go click on that. Okay, cool. So now this category product is not there. Okay, fine, I can understand. Maybe here one product, I added just a separate product for it, so no worries. This is the same scenario or consignment which you can keep it. I just keep it for dummy products. You can add your own products to go and make things in better fashion. Okay, one is there. I think the grocery can have more, or the vegetables. Yeah. Now, little bit of consignment here. You can see the design is broken or something. You can fix those things. You know how to deal up with that. So right now, what I want, especially, you see, yeah, that thing's working. Okay, if I click add, not working. Okay, add it to cart or add. Let me see. Is it working or is just not updating in real time? Okay, no, it's not working. I'm gonna check that. So let me go directly in the page here. I'm gonna close others. This is the page. Oh no, I don't want to go in the page. I will go in the index. So let me go directly in the index here. So what I will tell him to do something different. So here, okay, here what is making the icon divider, everything gonna be passing that product background circle and view others. So this is the product. Okay, so this is the product segment I can see right now. So okay, make it as a separate components. So separate component and use it where needed. Okay, where needed. So it will use it, and make sure add to cart functionality. Functionality should work in real time, and also in cart show the product. Let's say a product similar as this design. So let me grab the card design here. So this is where is the card design. So the fabric is here. I think the card. Am I missing the card? So should be somewhere here. So this is the shopping cart. Yeah. So that would be the cart. So the copy the selection, design, and also in fabric, the screen should show the product as this design. Okay, so now the favorite one, where is our favorite? I saw it somewhere here. So that would be the favorite. Okay, so that is cool. Copy that and pass it. So now I'm passing it some more featureable work. So one thing is that I want it to be moving to a separate positioning, a single component here, which would be very, very good for my product to view, so that it can be instantly upon to change some more direction here. So you can see that is new, is not. This is the key, which is we doesn't have that product discount. We doesn't have the product discount, right? So we need to make that. Now we know we can update the API segment where we can add those things. So now it getting to that. Okay, it's also read that, and of course it can also read that. So okay, create artifact. So now it's actually can access those scenario. Now it's gonna start the design, and we need to wait for patience because it will finish work, then we can start working our one. Okay, we did the complicated part. As you can see now, we have the product card separate from that scenario. So we got the things. Right now, we can now make a reload here, and we can see what kind of statement and what kind of segment it can be there. So as you can see, if we add it to the card, it's adding to the card, but still the problem is still there. So I need to tell him specifically what to do. So I'm gonna tell him, of course, because that's my duty to tell him. Now, when a product is, let's say, a product is added to the cart, the design should be as this. Okay, so it should share, but there is a change. I think the problem is it cannot read enter directly here. So right now, let me see the feather. Okay, the button is getting the accessible setup. So now, okay, the problem is we need to make that button It's not, you see, it's not implemented. It's here. It's there, it's incremented, but it cannot read the accessible things. So let him fix that while it's doing. So we'll go back to our, let's say in the favorite, there we, okay, the string manipulation is still working here. So, okay, browse product. And if we go in the cart, okay, fix that error. Okay, we'll check that. Fix this error from card scale. Okay, so let him finish the first one first. The first setup is done, so the second command is running right now. So let me go back to our home screen. Okay, as you can see, okay, still not happening to in real time, but I think there is something which we need to talk. We need to work on that. Let me see if it can work on that. Okay, I think we need to remove some of the caching. That's the problem is making here. So I'm going to go on that and I'm going to make that npx export start-c to remove everything, and so it will go by with a proper scenario or proper segment. So right now, as you can see, it is, I think in some portion, it's just making something which is not required. Okay, it's reloading. Yeah, now it's reloading. So let us see. Okay, so card is empty. Okay, fine, that we understand. If we add to card, let me see. Okay, now if I reload here, is it gonna stay? Let me see. Okay, the card product and the, let's say, favorite product, I want to see if it used to store properly. So this is the app. This is the components here, store. Okay, so for a favorite product, use proper, let's say, proper persist to save, to keep the product in storage, as when, let's say, when reloading, it is gone. And also in account screen, implement proper, let's say, implement proper, I think the proper authentication flow as when user is not logged in. Let's say we should get the design for our particular user. We will see what kind of design segment we can provide. So as you can see right here, okay, so this could be the one. So enter welcome, auth welcome. Okay, so here this could be there. When user is not logged in, should have the flow to login using email and password and OAuth. That's it. Okay, OAuth. And when logged in, user would be, let's say, would be saved in store. Okay, so now we're just passing those things. Let me see if it can work with that or not. So right now, for the best of all part on that, we have the segment here, which can, okay, there is an error. I think the card, okay, let me add one product in the card. Is because of that, it cannot prefetch those things. Okay, in the card, which is not available there. Okay, if we again one more, okay, 2. If we add, okay, it's increasing. Okay, this is working here. But this should also work right here, but it's not working here. So we will fix that. Okay, so right now, as you can see, okay, in the card we have the plus button and others. So I want to see in the quantity in card there is one segment, and also I want to see where actually is messing around in the app. If we go to in the tabs, if we go in the card here, I think there this time, okay, this time is working. So this time the increasing value is working. So yeah, we can tell them again. I'll go. You see the card item here, so it can prefetch. Okay, quantity value here. The same thing. Okay, I will tell him to do to proceed through, because we don't want to do any manual working on there. So right now, if you just check the design setup, we are almost almost the same scenario to finish that. Now, of course, we need to go to find the let's say the search screen here, where we can just make the search. Okay, you can see the search screen. Yeah. So this is the search screen. Now you know how to start and how to pre-build the entire setup. You can go through the screen like in the image search and others, like the voice search. So those things can entertain, and enabled and can be modified. So this is a very, very good judgment to start with to build your product to align with this product. Of course, again, what I told you, entire code, entire product segment data, it will be available for you. The link, it will be in the description and you can just grab it from there. So nothing to be worried at all. So we'll wait for it to finish the task which we just initialized for it. Okay, quite perfect. So it done its job. So now we can go with that. So we can make the login, we can make the sign up. So here we can, especially for the login, we can go with that. So I'm going to go with the similar login setup, or we can go with the sign up. We can use the Google OAuth, logged in with Google, which is not a Google authentication setup. So implement, let's say, implement a proper authentication setup. Authentication setup, similar as admin using Firebase, and can use all the Firebase credentials from API or admin, and let me know what all are you need more. Okay, so we want the implementing the proper authentication here. Okay, we'll make logout. Okay, now if we go here, especially in the product segment, if we click, okay, it's added. So I'm gonna go and click again here. If we go here, we have 3 products. Right now, if we make reload, I suppose to, it should not be, okay, it's not going away. So means it's there. Okay, also for the favorite, let's go right here. If you click on favorite, okay, I'll keep it allowance. And then if you go, especially for the favorite segments, right now we can see we have 3 products in favorites, but where the adding button is right here. This is not injustice. You see, this button should not be there, but of course we can now tune up. We know how to do it right now. So of course, okay, it is there, but it's not saving in real time. Now, if I reload, it should be coming. Okay, yeah, it's not in real time. Like once we add it, it's not actually taking an ink. Okay. If we add, first incremental time is not working, but you see, the first time is not working, but later on is working because we need to just decipher the components to a separate layer. Now, again, there could be some caching problem, which we don't know yet. So we can remove the caching and then do the thing. So right now, if we go in the walkthrough here, I think I want to see the task, what he want to do right now. So it's the local Firebase configuration for apps main admin. Okay, install Firebase. Okay, so that dependency is going to create. Okay, proceed to it. Right now, we're going to see that it is going to do the entire flow in a proper way. So there is one more tricky things which let him do that one. There is one more things which we failed to, which we didn't do it yet. You see the authentication functionality for the sign-in method using the Firebase, using the, especially for like the Facebook, right? So we can add the provider as Facebook. So to make the Facebook setup, let's say I'm going to go with that Facebook, let's say a Facebook developer account. So if you are logged in with the Facebook account, you can directly view that. You see, this is the things. And then if you're logged in with the Facebook, you can just go and view your My Apps property here. You can see I have all other apps layer, which we already created. So those things actually working perfectly fine. I tested it beforehand. So it may not have any issue at all. So right now we're going to create a new app. So create an application. And on the app, we will keep a name for it. The name should be, let's say, Big Card. Okay, I think this is the application layer. Okay, Big Card, and click on next. Now, Big Card going to work. So we want that authentication and request data from users with Facebook login. Okay, that's the one we want. And also, I will take my organization, the business account, which is the reactmedia.com, and click next. And then the next. And then I think the overview, I will go with that, create the app. Then it can go with so many errors and others, but okay, I need to go with that. So I will put my password. Okay, okay, I think it's let me try. I think we can get the shot. It's one time. Yes, okay. That things you can ignore. I can go with the my apps again, and here I should found my account, big card right here. So click on that. And after clicking on that, you see what we need from here is that the simple things, one app ID, one app secret. That's it. So I will go over here and I'll go directly in the app setting. I can go with the basic and advanced to find tuning, whatever the things we need. As you can see, we need an app ID, right? So this is the ID which we require. Of course, never ever try to use that, copy paste that one, which is not good at all. So this is the app ID. And then we also need that, show that one, and we will take that, copy that app secret and paste it here. Now this is the handle should be maintained on that. So right now, if we just pass that, we need to get add a product from here, and the product gonna be coming from that Facebook login. You see right here, so it should be setting up that Facebook login setup. So now this is gonna be handled to go and make things done for us. Of course, we need to configure that. And here in the settings, I think first I'm going to go with the web, okay, site URL, which you can keep that one as it is, but we will not go right now. I'll go directly go with the settings right now. I'm going to pass that with a redirect URL, which is going to be that URL, which is going to handle the OAuth, and I'm going to make the same changes. That's it. So this is the only things which we are doing by so far. And if you see right here, I'm going to just log out, and here I'm going to try to use the Facebook. And as you can see right now, the big card can access the Facebook. So, okay, authentication operation not allowed. Okay, no worries, because there's some things maybe we are messing around. If we see here, okay, we didn't save it yet. We need to save that things. So right now, if you go directly here and if you try with the Facebook login, okay, big card can access my Facebook. Okay, you see, okay, could not reload. I think we need to go with some more parameter here. I will try to go and reconstruct the setup. So empty cache and do it again. Okay, I think it should not be an error or should not have to have a problem here. Okay, the settings here where we put that things. So redirect URI, which okay, authorize. I think I forget one more things. I'm gonna go with that Facebook. I'm gonna copy that. The things which I need to require, which gonna be that valid OAuth redirect URLs. That's the one. Okay, I used the other one. Okay, now it will work. That's my bad. It was just a simple silly mistake. So right now, if you go in the Facebook, I think the big card can access right now. I am pretty sure it gonna access. You see, facebook.com, privacy consent, and others. So now it can give my account. You see, if I go continue as no, of course, it will automatically make logged in. But if I'm using the same account, already happen to have OAuth account, you see, this exists with different credentials because the same account, which I have my Google, I have my Facebook, I use the same account with that. If I remove that and I try, it will work. So this is the simple way to enable the Facebook for that. So feel free to enable that and it will be a very good for you to understand, I think, API products so we can see the products. Okay, that's really cool. I really like that. And you see how much time we're spending, maybe 2 hours right now, not fully 2 hours, and we are already bring to create something very, very special. Now let's go back to our over here. I'll go with the admin, and if I want to go with the Google, OAuth requires native configuration. Okay, fine, we understand that. So I'm gonna go with the sign up. I'm gonna go to create, let's say I'm gonna go with that admin, or I'm gonna go with that noor@gmail.com, and I'm gonna put a password, sign up. Okay, email already exists, so I'm gonna log in with the same. Okay, logged in. If I'm okay, now you see this is logged in. Now OAuth, let me know in the comments if you want that, because we need to just initialize the setup. That's it. Others, everything is right there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go with that. Okay, install on next launch, and here for that, I'm gonna copy this. And I'm going to pass that, let's say, okay, here, when user is logged in, the account design would be same as, and I think we have multiple segment here for the list, and use an array of item to generate all the list data for the screen. That's it. So now we are telling him that you can do like that. So right now, if we go, especially in the cart, we have the setup, we can go with the checkout, but here we need to work a lot of things. Right now, you see that considerably what we can done is that whenever we are clicking on that checkout, we need to go in to get the payment method. We need to first we need to submit the orders, right? So as you can see in the design have a construct like the construct feedback with the transactions and others, all the other setups, so which we can come on later on. But first of all, I will go directly on that like that my address or my other. You can see right now again this link also will be in the description, so you can work on that. You can tuning up yourself to create the topmost setup. So right now what I'm gonna do, as you can see, especially also here, do you have any customers? Yeah, you see the customers. So I have customers here. Now, of course, there should be other customers as well, which gonna be prefetched by so far. So I'm gonna give you the time to go through the thought process and initialize all the setup, which I have it right here. So I will see what kind of, okay, it started. So give it a little bit time to finish the entire segment. And now you can see it's using it's using the image from the Figma itself. So, but you know, that image should not be used. We can manipulate that, but also you see the design about me and others. Now you can create all the pages. Now I can pass that you should have to create all the pages, and it will do itself. It will create. But right now we can also, okay, let me go with that. Let's say profile stock here. So we will tell them to create all the pages here. Okay, create all the screen. Okay, let's say create all the screens as happen as having in the profile menu items. Let's say profile menu items with proper data and design. Let me go check the main layer of the design as per that. So design as per. Okay, so I'll just give him a like a redirection here where he can get the more accessible way. So right now those pages are not like nothing available, so it will go and create those designs. Now of course you see the sign out button gonna work, others is not working. Now of course these things can be manipulated, can be do and work in a proper fashion. So this is a very concise manner that almost the best part, almost the worst part is done. Now it's all are the very few and reliable part, you know, to create the order and create the payment, which can handle with this Stripe and others. We will do for sure. So let it finish the tasks which we have been given, then we can start building the others. As we provide a long list of the setup, so it will take a bit of time. You see the addresses and others, everything it will create. As you can see now, the 4 colors and other properties, it will take a bit of time. But before, while it's doing that, let us explore something which can be much more reliable and relatable. As you can see right here in the apps segment, as you can see in the apps, we have the admin flow. The entire flow is working perfectly fine. We have the proper agentic mode and proper close setup, which is coming, and you can use it if you wanted to. But for this application layer, we are not going by so far to use it. We have the API segment. In the entire API, we have the configuration here for the Firebase, which is actually maintaining all the flow. Then we have our entire controller setup, entire middleware setup, and also all the route which we have created, all the services if we there have the HLs for the Firebase storage, which is created by itself. And then also for our, let's say for the mobile application, you see there is a multiple segment. We have our asset for our phones. You see there is using the space mono for the regular phones directly right here. And then as well as we have our, let's say the images, which we can now remove those images and use the proper images by so far. So this can be entirely a very purposeful build whenever it's gonna finish. And of course, again, it can be, and let me know in the comments what all are the things you are looking forward to more have, as we did the entire segment use the fully vibe coding data layer. So this up to you. There could be a much more setup, much more segment, which can feel to have that better look. Of course, we can now tagging to that to make it more accessible and more valuable to make the things to be done. And we will wait to make those things. And again, we'll just keep on waiting till it finished, because this is a lot of things. You see in the page, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, already 7 pages creating. So, you know, this is going to be a big setup right now. So far it's saying it has been done. So in the profile, I think all are cool. Okay, let me go and check. Yeah, if we go here, okay, there is an error. Of course, we will not go through that. We'll tell them to fix that. So this is the error which is persisting right here. So let us go and check, fix that error. So yeah, use router is not there. So fix this error. So right now it can be work on that. So I'm going to reload. Okay, it just wiped out, it disappeared from the view. Go to the mobile here. So as you can see while reloading, it would be there on Node. So have to have. Okay, okay. So I didn't want to check anything. Okay, authority. Okay, now I want one more thing. When I'm reloading, you see, especially there, I can run one skeleton here to make all the loading instances in a better way that we can do. So yeah, there is also is router and others, which is now entertaining, and as well as all the other setup. So I think this is gonna be okay. Okay, let him finish his task. Okay, auth initialize auth. Okay, auth already initialized. I think this is just his because normally what I love to do is to work with AI. I love to work to side by side, which is making much more good in flexible way and leaving my less to API cost, because now it's about me here. Okay, wow, fantastic. My orders. Okay, this is just dummy order, but we know the segment right now. My fab rate, which can redirect to the fab rate, and as well as let me go here, credit card. Okay, cool. So this is one of the best way to go. Notification. Okay, now we know almost the design conception is done. So we'll give him another task over here, especially for the let's say the products. So let me go here and we're gonna pass that. Let me say for admin and for the categories, brands, let's say brands and banners should have edit button, and when clicked on that, should open, let's say should open the sidebar to edit and save, and also should have delete button, and when clicked on it should open the alert, let's say alert model for confirmation, and can delete them. Okay, just passing that. So right now in a broader scenario, we are almost a very, very good and a very, very fantastic segment here, which we have been done nearly 2 hours. We are coding right now, and we didn't write a single line of code. Instead of just passing those things right here for a single bit, but other things we didn't write any of the code till yet. Everything is done by AI, and everything is working perfectly fine, and it's really, really constant and constrained. So for us, it's really, really very, very entertaining for me as we build together with you people. So I think now as it's just getting the things done to be there, let me go over here and we would be able to see. You see, we can, it's also responsive. Okay. The responsiveness is quite okay. So right now we don't have any button, so it should add the button. And please let me know in the comments if you like the video as we did that, and what all more you are looking forward from my side to create, because it would be a very, very exceptional whenever you're gonna creating by so far in general. So I think I'm gonna loving it while we're doing that. So of course this things is getting more cool and better. So I'll give it time to finish the task by itself. So by so far, it's almost getting done with a lot of scenario. So if we go to check in categories, okay, I think in categories it's already did that. And of course the baby for the brands here, I think we can now, okay, local products, the brand name, we can do that also. And as well as in the banner, it can work. So we'll try to test something in the banner. So as you can see right now in the banner, we have some data, 20% off on product first purchase, 25% off. So I'm gonna give a, let's say not 25%, I'm gonna give a 15% off and update the banner. Fail to save banner. Why? this is really crucial because it can, you see the doc type. Okay, no problem, it will, because we need to tune up a bit. It didn't finish the job yet in the product. Now in the product is still right there. Okay, cool. So let's say fresh avocado. I'm gonna remove the oh, okay, this is okay, this is saving. Okay, I'm gonna reload that and let me go here. You see, fresh avocado. Okay, so now this is working, and if there is others is not working, we just need to tune up and then it will be perfectly fine. It will work as far as it. So right now we can now update, edit, delete, and for the delete method, I think it will open the pop-up. Okay, cool. It can be deleted. I know if it's not working, and then we can tune up. So this is a pretty much good segment by so far to go and grab the statement here. You see the proceeding to the checkout, and those statement can go by so far as it is. Now I will do one more things. So in, let's say I'm going to go with that. Let's say in checkout, in card screen, the checkout button will be disabled when user is not logged in, and when user logged in, when clicked, let's say when clicked on checkout, should, let's say should the order okay, when clicked on checkout, order will be placed in the Firebase, like orders, user email, order, content, and should redirect to order page or order screen, where will show the order data. So just to see if it can blend on that. So the payment method we can implement later on. So I'm going to see if like once the checkout going to happen, either it can do the things or not. So I'm now logged out. So I'll go in the cart and let's see, after finishing those segments, after finishing the task scenario, it should work especially. Now there is still, I think the error is coming here. Reloading app. Okay, so now the error should disappear. So I'll go here. Okay, those things is coming from the fabric. Okay, we'll check later on. So right now, if we go in the apps mobile, and here I think especially for the app and the tabs also in the fabric, so somewhere it's a missing dependency here where the string should be within the string property. That's what's actually, either it can be this, you see, because those things can be acknowledging to have a problem here. So those kind of simple silly things can make the problem. So nothing at all, you can just export those things to be finalized segment. Okay, the error coming with the Firebase. Anyway, let it finish the task for itself. So I will wait a while it's finishing. And again, for the design pattern, the link it will be in the description, where you can find this link. It's just coming in the community here, which is totally free. You can have it and you can design through it because it's coming with the community. I think our one, which I'm working right now, I can simplify that. Let's say for the, I think it will be for the e-commerce application. So click on e-commerce and mobile UI kit. Not that one. I think somewhere here, see the grocery app big cart. This is the one. So you can simply go with that, and you see the Osama, I think Osama Menon. This is the guy who is really did that fantastic job. I love to follow him. Okay. Have a look when using Figma. Okay, looks good. So you see, he deserve to be a follow. Okay, you already following these. Okay, I'm already following that. Okay, so this is a pretty cool. Thank you very much, Osama, for doing those kind of designs, and I wish you will also implement a lot of things in the community. You see, there is more design from his side. You see, if you click on that, it's a similar segment. This is the grocery app. Again, it's totally free coming from the community. If you go and look at the design, okay, fantastic. You see, now you're gonna have an idea. You can now start designing with that as well. So this is up to you. You can, I think there is no way to, to support license under Okay, there is no way either I can find any like to grab that to provide a buy me a coffee, buy him a coffee or what. It's not there, so we can't do that. But let me know if you can find that. So of course now it's getting the things done. I'll wait a bit to finish that one. So now it finished those things. So I'll go back here. I'll go in right here. You can see in the cart, the button is just be on that. Now I'm going to make a reload here to check if anything is popping up. So I can now go in the login. So I'll use my same account here at gmail.com. Okay, done. So I'm now logged in. I want to go, not now, I need to save it. So let's go back to the cart directly here. You see, okay, still those things from the cart. Let's say I'll make a very, very tremendous things right now. Also here, okay, from cart and favorite screen. Still getting this. Please fix that. Okay, so let him fix that. Now over here in the cart, we can now click on the checkout. You see, okay, order is placed, and now you can see the order placed items for. Let us go directly back to our admin here. So I'm going to make a reload here because everything going to be shuffling right here. When it's save, it can be perfectly done. So right now I'll go in our Firebase store here. So this is the where all the data is going to be stored. So now we should be able to see the segment here. Okay, I think it's going to be perfectly fine. In the orders, we can see right now, this is the user email, this is the user order status. So according to the scenario which we have been followed through, we can see now getting the brand. So this is all the items, shipping cost, status, processing, subtotal, and total price. Now you can tune up a lot of things to be make a very, very good consumptions to be passing by. Now, please let me know in the comments if you feel that this build is amazing till now, because I'm really excited. I really feel excited the way we happen to. Okay, one thing it did by so far. You see, the add to cart, we know we need to tune up a bit to be just passing in the local storage, because once we click the checkout, is also clearing, which we didn't tell him to clear it. It clearing the especially for the making the card as empty. So it's doing these things pretty decent way by so far. And this error, I think that is disappear. Now we can add one more button here, which can also remove from the Firebase, which is pretty cool to do so. So right now you can see this is a very, very fantastic build from my side till now, because we got a Figma design and we absolutely made around 80 to 90% design setup, around 10 to 15%, which we need to tuning up. We need to go and talk to it in proper way. Like I will show you one simple example. This is the empty card, right? This is a simple empty card, like the, okay, your order was successful. Okay, let me see if there is an empty card. Your order success is there, but I want to see if there is an empty card. No. Okay, see, right now, this is the empty card. Okay, so this is the body. Okay, I'm going to copy that. Okay. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go also within this parameter here. I will add in that. Let me just check that. Okay. So, add a clear cut button in card screen. Let's say an empty card design will be same as classic, just passing that data. Okay. Doing nothing. Now I need to, because the entire design, your AI will not read those kind of things. It will go with pixel by pixel, and there is some more things which can be more better, especially if you just go with that. There is a Stitch which is coming from the Google, and that is reading much more reliable than Figma, because it's the same company, the Google, build that Stitch, and the same company build that anti-gravity. So they're working pretty much similar on that, and this is really, really affecting and really giving us a very, very good design and segment, which is pretty cool. But using the Figma, which is still happen to pass a bridge over there to talk with the MCP server, is sometimes is crashing, not always taking the things in a very good and hinged way. So we'll wait for it to create implementation for the clear card, and after clear card, we will see how much far it can go to create that our empty card screen. So as per it said it did that. So let us go directly here. Let us see, clear button here. If we clear all, you see, almost same. As you can see, as per the design, because this SVG, it doesn't have, we need to provide the SVG, but it created its own SVG. Okay, this providing the icon here to generate that, but the text and the others, you can see it's the same setup. So the AI can talk to you, and you need to tune up the way it can be. Now, let me know in the comments if really that help you to build the scene, and all the code, everything, it will be in the description. So the thing is that you need to get entire .env credential by yourself to use your own credential. Rest of the code, it will be available on that. So all the very best. And if this video, like if this video getting around 100 likes, then I'm going to make the second part with entirely combining all the checkout and others. Everything going to be furnished. If it's getting 100 likes, over 100 likes, then I'm going to publish that also in the Expo. So all the very best. We're going to deploy it in Expo, and you're going to deploy the admin, everything, if the video gets 100 likes. And you can just get the code from where it's just available in the description, all the links, and as well as you can directly get it from our side here, from the React BD and from the free projects here. So it's all are there. So let's say the free projects, it should be free dash projects. Okay, so it's all code. It will be at the first link. It will be here, which can be grabbed the code. So all the very best. Hope you can enjoy it when you're building it, because entire processing setup is right there. And all the very best. And I'm going to see you in the next phase on that if I get 100 likes. So stay tuned. Hope you like it. Subscribe the channel, share the video, and I'm going to see you in the next.